Hello, my fellow gamers, it's King, but before I begin my actual introduction to the video, I just wanted to give a friend of mine, Wolf, a shout out. Go ahead and check out his channel. He loves to stream Warframe. He is a really funny guy. Check him out. He plays Destiny as well. You will love him once you watch his videos. But until next time, my fellow gamers, but before I begin my full video, if you have a channel that you are just starting out, just leave it in the comments. I'll pick someone out and I will give the person I pick a shout out in the next video. But until then, my fellow gamers, please do enjoy the video. Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and welcome back to more Seven Knights. But today we're taking a look at a brand new character. Her name is Ani. I really like this character. I like what she is. She's some type of trans-dimensional being of some type, and I don't know, it's just really cool. That kind of Cthulhu type of being, if I'm correct. She is very unusual. I like her character. But anyway, Ani, everyone.
이렇게 되는 거라고?
She is a very cool character, but there are some things I do need to talk about concerning Seven Knights, but we'll get into that later. Right now, let's take a look at her passive. She has a Void Shield for 6 hits, and attacks 2 times with her basic attacks, and she has a Undead effect that lasts for 4 turns, on death, of course. And that's it. I mean, it's not bad, it's just... for a trans-dimensional being, I just expected a lot more. I mean, hey, they come out with these characters almost every week. I'm not complaining. I actually am very impressed that they've been able to keep up like that. Come out with characters almost every single week. They have somebody new. And I'm not going to complain about what the character's like, because they work really hard on these characters, and I'm just going to continue giving them praise for it. But, in all honesty, maybe a new keyword or something, but of course that would have taken a lot of programming to do. But it would have been nice to see something a little bit different than what we're usually seeing on aggressive characters like her. For her first active ability is she targets all enemies and deals 100% magic damage 2 times and reduces their Mythic Awakening gauge by 50% and increases the Awakening gauge of the allies in the back row by 5. This can be pretty good, especially for characters with longer Mythic Awakening gauges. One that, off the top of my head, Rudy, he has a very long Awakening gauge. It would be nice if it could trigger a little bit earlier, but he is a tank. Putting him in the back row might not be a good idea. You would probably want to make the most of the defensive bonus you get from putting characters like him in the front. But as for this ability right here, it's really good. It makes the game go faster for you, and it slows it down for the enemy team, and that can be pretty deadly in the arena. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to get her at least. They're going to get lucky and find her somewhere in draw. And you're going to be able to get her up to level 40 as soon as you get her. That's kind of the event with every new character. I actually can see this being pretty powerful, just to have her on your team. Now, she isn't an offensive character, but be that as it may, she's still pretty strong. This ability's utility alone is very aggressive, and that's what makes her a very powerful character. I'm pretty sure we're going to see her in the meta in some shape or form with this type of ability. Now, as for her second active ability, this is where things get pretty interesting. She deals 130% magic damage to 4 enemies, but she removes 2 turns off of their buff, and she resets her Awakening gauge. Now, this can be pretty interesting. Now, you guys don't know what her Awakening ability is yet, but I have to tell you, she can be pretty ridiculous. with this combo. Now, it is a 150-second cooldown ability, and the AI, I'm pretty sure, is going to use this effect almost right off the back. It would be annoying, but I'm pretty sure the AI is going to use this ability at the worst time possible, probably just before she actually uses her awakening skill. That would be very irritating. And to make things worse, her awakening skill does take longer to charge compared to other awakening skills. But if the AI uses this ability at the right time, say right after she uses her awakening skill, like on the next turn, this can be a pretty powerful combo. And here's why. What her awakening ability does is she decreases the awakening gauge of all enemies by 50%. At level 50, we're not going to see this effect, but at level 50, she will decrease their awakening gauge by 100%, and she just kills somebody. Now, she doesn't have to be at level 50 to see that effect, but that's just a part of her awakening skill. She just kills somebody and decreases awakening gauge. Now, there's not a lot of damage being done there, but you gotta understand what's happening with this ability. You're slowing the fight down. You're greatly slowing the fight down. Decreasing awakening gauge can be almost just as effective as cooldown increasing. This can be very, very deadly. If you use your awakening skills faster than your opponent, that can be win or lose right there. That can definitely dictate if you win or lose the game, and that is very important. So this skill is actually very effective, but let's say she did not have the reset effect on her. Let's say she didn't have that kind of effect. Then this might not be all that powerful, but it does remove somebody from the game, and that can be pretty effective. I mean, it doesn't remove them, but it does kill them, and that can be pretty powerful, especially in this current meta where there are a lot of tanks. This can be very effective. Yes, I am aware that there is another character that I will be reviewing very soon, very, very soon. But I think I want to make that a separate video because I have a lot to talk about Seven Knights in this video. I want to get her out the way, and I have a bonus video coming out. That's right, you have not seen the last of that creepy intro. I will continue to make those creepy intros. I'm actually thinking about remaking it because I did learn a thing or two about animation, so you might see a remake of that intro. But alright, can these please just go away? Please. I don't have a clan either. Ugh. I keep forgetting. Oh boy. So I can't really bleep that, but maybe that will. Awesome.
길을 알려줘. 나아갈 곳으로. 차원을 넘어. 다른 세계로.
Brilliant. Love it.
준비됐어. 별것도 아니지. 너무 쉬운걸. 차원 도약.
Those messages, man.
잘 봐두라고. 실면의 힘이여. 균열을 만들고. 집어삼켜라.
So she is some type of dimensional gatekeeper. I really like her character. She's cool. But yeah, I think we are going to see her in some way in the meta because those abilities are pretty interesting. And I could imagine some pretty odd builds with her. I might actually try to get her. I might try, but I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to get her. It's probably just not going to happen. She is probably one of the greater characters that they've released recently. I really like her. But there are a few things that I would like to talk about concerning Seven Knights, so hopefully we'll take the time to just sit back, relax, and listen to the few things I do have to say. I just wanted to talk to you guys about how I actually feel about the game and what I think should happen for the future of Seven Knights, and talking about what exactly people feel about it. I have noticed that a lot of people seem to be feeling a little bit bored with the game, including myself. As you guys know, I have talked about this many times before in the past. It's just that the game right now, in its current state, there are a lot of games like Seven Knights. This was not the first game like it, and it won't be the last. And I think a lot of people are starting to understand that. They are starting to notice that it is kind of just the same thing in every update. It's new hero, meta gets moved. There may be a few changes here and there, but for the most part, it's kind of the same game, and I think people are starting to see it. The global version, for example, it was pretty much like the big update for 7 Nights. Everyone was really looking forward to it. Everyone was super excited, but at the end of the day, it was just a giant reset button. Everything was back to square one. No one really knew why they didn't just add a language setting. Personally, I think that would have been the best choice for 7 Nights if they just had a language setting. And maybe they could have released a global version of the game, but kept it in its current state, because adding a reset button to the game, that's pretty much what it was. It just puts you back to square one. You had to get all your items again, you had to get all your heroes again. Everything was all over again from the beginning. There were no awakened characters, was no mythic awakened characters, nothing. It was just back to the beginning. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like that. And I know I really didn't like it, because I had to get all my stuff again. I had to wait for my favorite characters to come out. I had to wait for their voice actors, to hear their voice actors in English. It was kind of weird. I wasn't really looking forward to that, but after a while I just learned to accept it and I moved on. But that's not exactly why the global version, to me, wasn't very good. As you gals and guys out there may or may not know, I don't mind starting all over again. One of the reasons why I like playing games like Dark Souls is because I don't really mind the reset. I don't mind it. I don't mind trying again. But what bothered me is the fact that they completely changed everything. Everything was just completely different. Whether it was how some of the equipment worked, or more importantly, the nerfs on the characters. At the power level, everything was completely changed. Some things we really liked about the characters were completely removed. Like Yonhee's sleep, that was removed. They didn't have her sleep anymore. That was kind of just the theme of her character, was putting people to sleep, but they took that away. That paired with starting the game all over again just didn't seem worth it. The game itself was just a complete shadow of the original version of 7 Nights. When the original 7 Nights was released, it took a lot longer for the updates to come out, because I guess the roadmap wasn't exactly set. So it took a while for the updates to actually get pushed out. But saying that, the game was so much more full. It felt so much more unique and original, because yes, there were other games like 7 Nights at the beginning of when this game was released, but there was only one 7 Nights, and it was the best of its kind. There was no other game that had this style that was this good. The animations were great, the characters were great, the story was actually really good. I'm talking console grade stories here. It was just that good. But the game was still different, although it was the same, is what I'm trying to say. But after a while, it still ended up being another one of those star grade mobile games with a gacha system and heroes and all items with all that kind of stuff. Awakened heroes and ultra awakened, but in this case mythic awakened. All those kind of things have been done before in a mobile game. But anyway, the main reason I think people didn't really like the global version is because it was just the same game all over again, but just less fun. And as I mentioned before, there are plenty of games like 7 Nights out there, and when you release practically the same game again but global, it's obviously not going to be as well received. What this game really does need right now is just another version of it. We don't need another star grade game. We don't need another gacha game. The market is packed full of these games. We just don't need another one. The only one I'm even remotely interested in playing ever is 7 Nights. Because of the artwork, because of the characters, because of all the cool things in this game, that are unique, despite its very repetitive style that has been done so many times before. The artwork, the characters, the animations, all that is epic in this game. I mean, look at Rudy's animations. Like, everything about this game, art-wise, is perfect. And that's why I feel like there should be a console-grade version of this at some time. Like, a console game. We need to have a Seven Knights game that's like Fire Emblem. Just imagine that. The game would be so good. So yeah, right now I don't really think the game is bad. I just think we do need another Seven Knights game. Because right now it's just... I mean, the game is doing well right now. It's obviously, the game is doing great. But we really do need another Seven Knights game right now. Whether it be Seven Knights 2, or like I said, I would love to see a console game like Seven Knights out there. Very, maybe with like a semi-realistic look, kind of like Final Fantasy in a way. Or like Fire Emblem, like I said. But that would be really nice to see a game like that someday. And we're probably not going to get that right now. But as Seven Knights ages and the fandom for it increases, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up seeing something like that in the near future. But yeah, that's what I believe the issue is with the game right now. I don't think people hate the game or anything. I don't think that's the problem. It's not like the game is losing popularity because people don't like the game. I think it's just that, well, we've seen this style literally hundreds of times before. So maybe just a new game would be nice. A new version of Seven Knights. Something that's unique, something that's original, because I really do love the artwork of this game, and I'm pretty sure you guys love it as well. That's why we play it. And to see gameplay that is just as unique as the artwork is, and just as beautiful and wonderful as the art is, I think that would be a wonderful game. Arguably better than Fire Emblem. But again, devs, you guys need a voice actor, give me a holler, please. I am a voice actor. I have done voice work for things before, and I actually am working on a few of my own projects right now with animation, and I will be voicing all of the characters myself. But yes, I have done voice work before. I would love to do it for you guys. If you have anything you want me to say for a character, I'll try my best to add a nice style to it. Just let me know. Give me a shout out. If you guys want me to voice any of your characters, let me know. I would love to. I would have liked to voice a few of the Demon Lords, but maybe you'll let me do that for the global version when they are released. But until then, my fellow gamers, take it easy for me. Devs, please do take my ideas into consideration. We would love to see more on Seven Knights, and I feel like another game is definitely something we would all love to see. Like Seven Knights 2, maybe put a little more work into that game right now, maybe come out with that, and possibly, maybe make it a global version, add a language setting to it if possible, because I noticed that it does seem like it's going to be in Korean, and I have no problem with that. But perhaps a language setting this time. Just a language setting, something that changes the text, not the voice actors, because to be honest with you, I don't mind the Korean voice actors. I love them. I would just love to have English text. That would be excellent if I just had a language setting, and I'm pretty sure your community would agree. But yeah, that's all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed it. I might be making more King of the Arena videos again in the future. I don't know, but just to be honest with you, it's... I don't know. I guess I haven't been playing in the arena enough lately because I have just played a lot of games like this, man. I've played so many of them. And I love seeing the animations and everything, but really, it's just a reflection of what I said in the video. It really is kind of just getting old to me. But if you guys really want me to do another King of the Arena video, I might make it. But right now, my build is horrible. right now. It's terrible. There's no way I'm going to get far with this build right now. But if you guys really want me to, I'll see what I can do about it. But in the meantime, take it easy for me, and please, please do have a blessed day. Bye.